Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda, heroes like Defender of the Fatherland, off here to a 1v1 on Faymonville Approach. In the north it is Theodosios, fighting for the British Empire, the Commonwealth, here with the British 6th Armoured Division with Australian defence, the classic pick at the moment for a lot of Brits in the 1v1 meta. In the southeast it is Jesulin, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the... let's just go with Hermann Göring, Fallschirm Panzerdivision here with Breakthrough, Durchbruch, with Dull Pioneers and the Grenadier. Breakthrough also very much one of the more popular Wehrmacht battle groups at the moment. So, off we are here. As always, big hearty thanks to my patron supporters, the continued generous and heroic support of the Propagandacast keeps making all these videos possible. And a big thanks to you to keep commenting and liking on them, helps out immensely with the YouTube algorithms, spreads the video further, and keeps the cat from biting off my fingers, which is also most appreciated. I like having fingers. So, double Australians at Theodosios, looking to be the classic let's go for a lot of Australians build out of the British, because particularly as the Wehrmacht, the Australians are very effective. There's the deck. It's obviously a bit more risky because you don't have any like easy access like anti-tank rifles or anti-tank grenades on the Australians, so they can be more vulnerable to light vehicles. But the Wehrmacht isn't exactly the big light vehicle faction, so the Australians there tend to have a bit of an upper hand in a lot of the, well, general average infantry engagements. So, poking about here, grenading northwards, Basil walking around me, desperate for some food despite not being his dinner time, and he knows it, but he always tries to, or sometimes tries to push his luck. Other times, not so much. But today's one of those days where he feels like, you know, he can reach beyond and get more than what he's supposed to have.
Infantry are in reserve.
So Theodosios is likely going to go for a third one. Might even see 3 Australian sections. Depends on how Australian Theodosios is feeling today. No! He actually goes for a regular section. Apparently he's not feeling that Australian today. And there you go, shots fired up north here. Pioneers with the sappers closing with the Sten guns. Pioneers doing what they can.
Territory is out of supply.
The Australians, by the way, would develop their own submachine gun known as the Owen gun, which I think had some similarities to the Sten gun, but magazine was fed from above. They also developed the Australian Sten gun, or Sten gun. That's a side note, which is kind of like a Sten gun, but with actual handles, which was very much also what the Mark V Sten gun
The enemy
was.
has our victory point
So,
now.
some fun stuff there. Strange thing about the Grenadiers hanging down here, sappers are running about. Probably in part here, Theodosios trying to draw away Jesulin's forces from the front line. Waste time here. Obviously not without risks, but done well, it definitely can be a bit annoying. MD42 joining in the front here. In the center, Australians push back the Pioneers. North sappers ride it. Panzer going in, comedy for Jesulin. Platoon command post of Theodosios. Jesulin going for that fast attack. Definitely been a slight resurgence in the Panzergrenadier company. As of late, some players still going for Panzergrenadiers, but I feel like a lot more just going for packs and Stummels. Streams moving up in the south, threatening the fuel pond right outside Jesulin's base already.
Anti-tank guns
Leveraging early map control, got the 2-pounder guns ready, just in case we'll say a fast 221 or a fast 251.
We got orders, lads.
So, already here, a bit of action in the early game. Things are heating up here.
Infantry!
Pioneers closing in, his friends to assist here, catching the German force from southwards here. Needs to get the Australians cover, or the MD42 will suppress them. And there you go. Narrowly keeps the fuel pond there from falling into the hands of Theodosios. He's been really neutral. Close call here for Jesulin. We got there the build ability pushed up. And there you go. Fast half-back out here for Jesulin. Right into the 250-9, aka the Stummel. So I'll definitely give Jesulin there a bit of lighter self-propelled artillery to blast his opponents into smithereens with. Fuel point north here falling into the Brits. Even if like he's successful in the southern fuel point, it came at the cost then of losing the northern fuel point to the British. So it's only highlights some of the challenges of Jesulin just in terms of pure map control right now versus Theodosios. And we got Theodosios with the Humber armoured car, definitely going to be a threat there to Jesulin. Lead axe. Well, some very good shots for the Stummel to deal with that, and there you go. Send from the cannon there mounted. Hopefully not overall would have a lot of various guns mounted on it for a variety of roles. You have, for example, the platoon leader vehicles with a PaK-36
Australian weapon team
mounted
has
on them.
deployed.
The jobs have a bit less light vehicles, but I think it's primarily just meant to like fire high explosives and such at enemy infantry.
Damnation! The sector's an enemy hand.
It is what they erroneously in CoH1 called the anti-tank half-tank. Those light anti-tankers in the half-tank were, I think, primarily just meant for, like, you know, providing fire support. But anyways, got the Hummer moving forward here, smoke deployed, already anticipating something around here. He takes no chances, 2 thumbs up here. Good tactics is about, you know, assuming a good, you know, situation and, like, you know, taking the optimal steps there, depending on the situation. And here, of course, like, and even though there's no one there, it doesn't hurt to, like, make sure the area is smoked, but of course in this case there was, and suddenly, boom, Sturm couldn't do too much, and the grenades had to get close, so really good smoke there from Theodosios. So, thumbs up there. Got the 2-pounder gun out as well here to help you with the Sturm, or any other, you know, vehicles or armor Jesulin might throw at him. Humber racing through the center. PaK-40s around here for Jesulin. The Panzer Abwehr on the 40. ND42 Tropic Grenades going to merge up here, even as things are heating up. There we go, cut the merge, but the grenades took so much damage. Straight for the Scopely Enfields. 2-pounder gun sneaking forwards, Hummer following up. And further south here, Pioneers in trouble with the sappers, absolutely outgunned, outnumbered. Out whatever you wanted. And there you go, Sturmling deep, top PaK-40 opposition support here. Theodosios definitely senses an opportunity, of course, partly because of the terrain here. Almost had Jesulin's Stummel there. Really close call there. That would have been very uncomfortable if Jesulin had lost it there, so. Really nice attempt here. Up north, though, Jesulin trying to get at least a bit back here in the fuel wars. Hitting the fuel point right outside Theodosios' base. Humber there's going to try and encourage them to get off there, and he's going to hit the retreat. Yup. As soon as he gets the point neutral, because sticking around for any longer, definitely gives the Humber a very good chance alongside other units to wipe them retreat. By the south here, Grenadiers pushing off the sappers there, small win there. Stummel being repaired. Got that fuel point there being seized by the British Empire, the Commonwealth. Stummel on the move again. Another sectional here for Theodosios. Going to be a total of 4 sections. 2 Australians, 2 regular.
Belongs to the enemy.
Further south here, Humper. Australians moving in there.
Recon's a good job, mate.
And infantry Theodosios, of course. Oh, he cancelled the section, but still, in a lot of sections, infantry training is going to be a very strong upgrade, particularly with the Australians. They really benefited from it, especially once they hit those higher levels of veteran. They become very nasty with training and scope. Got here some smoke from Jesulin come out the center before pushing on that. Thumbs up. Similarly good tactical procedure there.
Infantry training completed.
There we go, training ready.
A victory point is being overrun.
Humber on the move, sections on the move.
Victory point is an enemy
Quick
hand.
bombardment there, just in case someone is cheekily hiding out there, perhaps. Or maybe he wanted to smoke, but misclicked. Not impossible. So, we'll have to see what's next for Jesulin. Might be a mechanized assault group, some players like that. Might be not. We'll have to see there. But for now, Theodosios pushes onwards. Supported by the 2-pounder guns, infantry advance here, blasting German positions, and MB42 that at least keeps hard here. Theodosios advance in check, and up north here. Undercover smoke sappers closing in here, forcing Jesulin to vacate the premises rapidly and most Germany. And up south here, down south, got the Aussies with the training, veteran to 1, and the Scopely Enfields. Definitely bad news for the Grenadiers. They'll take a lot of damage very fast. Do get a shield hand grenade, but unfortunately for him, it actually gets dodged and ends up doing more damage to Jesulin's Grenadiers than Theodosios' Australians, and that ends up being a brutal beat down there. Yeah, it's gotta feel a bit extra bad there for Jesulin basically paid munitions to do harm to himself. Baker's teams here being brought for Theodosios to help control some of Jesulin's infantry. Not that he has a lot of it right now, but better, you know, have it up ahead of time. So you can say Jesulin does go for, like, you know, Starstorm call in, which you could be aiming for here, or, you know, sudden surge of Panzer Grenadiers or just Grenadiers. You know, Theodosios won't be completely unprepared for dealing with them.
We're losing a victory point.
Jesulin floating a lot of manpower plus fuel I mean, at this stage, he could honestly just go for the Panzer Company and go for Starsturm. Then he does go for the Panzer Grenadiers.
To the enemy.
We'll have to see how that works out. Personally, not a big fan of the Wehrmacht Panzer Grenadiers currently.
Infantry!
I find they very much fall into the category of CoH3 Wehrmacht Panzer Grenadiers, where, like, you know, there's this very narrow bandwidth. Like, with enough veterans, they can become useful, but there's typically a large amount of investment required to really get to that point, and you might as well just go for something else. In CoH3, that'd be Starsturm or Fallschirmjägers, depending on whether you went for Luftwaffe or not.
Victory point is in enemy hands.
The Buffs, unfortunately, I feel like just was not sufficient for the amount of panzers to really become useful.
Enemy ground forces.
Holding the line here, though, a bit of a desperate defense by Jesulin against the forces, but there is a method to the madness. He might end up losing here. As all this happening up north, he's making progress in the south. That's a fairly sharp play of Jesulin. He's using breakthrough Durchbruch like quickly like gobble up the south, so thumbs up Jesulin.
Ready for battle.
So even if he's not fighting the ideal battle up north, he is able to leverage it for some map control elsewhere. That is very well seen there. But unfortunately for him, his Panzer squad find their entrance ruined by British Vickers machine gun. The Vickers machine gun is very good at ruining entrances.
Point under enemy control.
So, breakthrough there. Over for now. Yeah, mechanized assault group here. Like a Panzer Grenadier Whopper. It's the term for German infantry and armored half-tracks were armored infantry, armored Panzer Grenadiers. Similarly, the American designation for sort of troops and half-tracks was also similarly armored riflemen. Fun fact. Things only the British that use the term mechanized about their chaps and half-tracks. This is an interesting thing there, worth noting. Going for names here to go along with the Stummel. I mean, you could also just, kept it, assist, laid down Regal mines maybe, but, not a bad choice at all, obviously. Starts with getting over the Bren Gunners. Alex taking this first loss here. Panzer Company now for Jesulin, thumbs up. Got the section force back here. May want to get a quick merge here, of course, reinforced courtesy of the ambulance.
Enemy has control.
Orders complete!
Amber moving forward, we've got 474, 301. Up north here, Panzers with the section, moving in with the Enfields. And there you go, ambulance up for Jesulin. So that's two half-tracks here. Thumbs up. And he's moving forwards. Getting over to with the Stubbel. Striking at the northern British flank. For now, though, Theodosios is definitely in terms of casualties and victory points. There's something here that Jesulin may want to, get a bit more back into control about here soon. Though with a Panzer Company and some Panzers, that might be doable. That said, Theodosios is all taking up himself now. And there you go, in the southeast. Once down on the fuel point, Grenadier starts moving in here. Got the grenade assault here, good old throwing there, a lot of Steelhand Granate. Likely ones with fragmentation sleeves, I always like to imagine. Oh, the Pioneer's white minor blow here to Jesulin. Hasn't defended the fuel point in time, so Theodosios rendered neutral, slowing down Jesulin's march towards the Panzers. Of course, he can use the Durchbruch ability of breakthrough, but he's quick to get back some map control here. I'd certainly recommend that under current circumstances. The faster that Jesulin might just get some points back, the better.
Command point should be lost.
Straight into the Vickers here. Stummel is busy elsewhere, so can't easily provide support there. We do get the Stuss Assault ability here. It does cause Theodosios to collapse. Panzer's moving about. Can't get the merged here by the ambulance with the Grenadiers there.
Over-repaired. The enemy has our victory point now.
Heading south up. The Grenadiers, there you go. Panzer Grenadiers promoted to Panzer Grenadiers.
Our munitions point is being overrun.
And a Crusader tank there for Theodosios. And there you go, we have breakthrough activated, thumbs up. Growing the Starsturm a bit, he could of course merge up with the Grenadiers as well there. We'll just wait for the ambulance to do the job.
We're losing a victory point to enemy action.
There we go.
point lost.
Up north,
The
advancements
enemy
as well.
has
Here we got
control.
152 to 95.
We're losing a victory point.
First tank almost down here for Theodosios. Jesulin, meanwhile, it's a bit further away there
Victory point is in
from
enemy
that
hands.
Panda 4.
The beggars are threatening a
Certainly will
munitions
benefit
point.
from it against the British steel inbound. We've got a 6-pounder gun as well being put up by Theodosios. Definitely anticipating armor on his opponent. Mine goes off. There's several Australians very much the Aussie.
Is on station and ready for orders.
Stummel arriving, Betson C2. Further south here, Puffernies being hunted down by a largely aggressive British battle group there under Theodosius' command. Smoke deployed, I think. Yep.
Work done. Now what?
Something in sections here to contest the point. Of course, Theodosius seeing what's going to happen here. Pulls the counter move. So, thumbs up to Theodosius as well, though, of course, could get bombarded by the Stummel. In this case, he actually uses like the smoke to then send things further around against Theodosius. Bypassing the machine gun here as. That was actually pretty smart here what Jesulin did. Like, he saw, okay, his opponent's going to be focused on contesting the point here, so he might be a bit more blind to the possibility of, you know, getting rushed through the smoke and then against the machine gun. So, pretty savvy counterplay there by Jesulin, exploiting what his opponent's, like, you know, thought was going to happen. Because a lot of players will just try and sit around and just wait, still trying to get the point.
A munitions point is being
Good
overrun.
counterplay there. Panda 4, almost ready. Crusader strike up north here, ripping apart the northern flank here of Jesulin's command. Australians there pushing back the Starstorm. Stummel running some light support.
Report contact. Light infantry engaged.
There you go, Panda 4 northwards, Crusader moves centrewards. Far south here, Grenadiers versus Sappers got the number 69 off, tearing off half the health here. He's allowing the Sappers goes in force with the Grenadiers. And there you go, Foot Guards moving in. Thompson's ready, blazing, let out there. Do bazooka rockets too. Panzer Grenadier starts ready to lead another assault here. Against those Fadamta Tommies. So, as Theodosius, what could be next? More Crusaders seems very likely. Very likely. Sections from Preston before to laying loose. Good guard there with the gun bombs. Big boom there. Panda forming against the 2-pounder. Further south in for the Sun Victory Point. Jesulin trying to get like a bit more map control in, but so far Theodosius continues to do a fairly good job. They're just squeezing in Jesulin.
Victory point under enemy control.
More stars from there, definitely trying to lean hard into that elite element there. Meanwhile, we got another Crusader for Theodosius.
Victory point belongs to the enemy.
Further south here, Grenadiers in trouble with the Crusader tank.
They still have 250 points left.
Further, a lot of damage being implemented. Machines moving in. Second stars from the squad ready for Jesulin. There you go, Panda 4 going for the Minkus machine team. Quick, got a wipe here, and that's it. Will he grab it? Will he destroy it? 2-pounder gun on the flank. He's trying to keep the Panda 4 from sticking around for too long. Stars swimming in the way here. Crusaders doing what he can. Almost got the Minkus. The 9th Theodosius there. That machine team will certainly get uncomfortable for him. In terms of like just keeping Jesulin's infantry in check. So he still has 2 tanks, and Jesulin is 1, plus he's got... Oh, they actually cancel the 2-pounder gun.
The enemy has claimed a sector.
Got an aggressive flank foot, got Australians, 2-pounder guns in the center. There we go. Part of the assault cut up here. But we got the more hefty part of the infantry assault in the south here. Moving out. Starts moving infantry attack from the north here. Really good push by Theodosius, attacking from both sides here. But Jesulin is putting up a fierce fight. He's refused to let go here. Foot guard's almost taken out. Can he get it? Yes. Foot guard section obliterated. Australians still in the field here. Doing a lot of damage to the Starstorm. Panda 4 also in trouble here. Starstorm down to 2 men already. Down to 1. Might get wiped here actually. It's only highlighting just how powerful the Australians can be. They can like rip through an Aussie unit like that in a matter of seconds if you're not careful. Starstorm keeping up a fresh wave of attacks there. Both sides armor bit dinged up. Theodosius with more foot guards as Jesulin gets busy up north here with his Panzer Grenadiers.
Sector overrun. The enemy has it.
Could of course do more pioneers to expedite repairs here.
The beggars are threatening a victory point.
I'm imagining here that Jesulin's move will be a Tiger tank here.
Victory point under enemy
Could of course
control.
also go for command tank, but he doesn't have enough tank things to really make that a fantastic choice, because don't go for it, honestly. But I think just going by, like, you know, what most players would typically pick in this situation would be a Tiger tank. And that's definitely what I imagine Jesulin is going to take as a
Artillery troop
path.
flares shall be distributed to the men.
Imminence by way of Veterans 1, thumbs up to that. Get a better reinforcement range.
We're losing a munitions point to enemy action.
Yeah, not too common you see Wehrmacht ambulances about this. That's a fun little pick there by Jesulin. Another Crusade tank, Theodosios. Jesulin can soon go for a Panther, but again, if he's stalling for the Tiger tank, he may not want to feel like he wants to go for a Panther more here right now. But obviously, when he's still like 5 command points
We're
away,
losing
so
a victory point to enemy action.
Good as new. Repairs finished.
setting up for the Tiger tank right now could prove to be a not super helpful measure for him. Further south, Grenadiers busy.
Crusader is on station and ready for
Third
orders.
Crusader ready. Second Panther for Jesulin and Das Vater Grenadiers being engaged by British armour. British
Beggars are
fury.
threatening a munitions point.
Far up north, what's happening. We've got some sectioning about there. Jesulin a bit too slow to respond to that. He will need to respond to that and needs to respond
All
to that
vehicles
soon.
are receiving frontline training.
And there you go, Theodosios with that armor training on the way. It's only promoting further problems here for Jesulin.
We're losing a munitions point.
Now, I think
to
he
enemy
might be
action.
trying to set up a potential wipe in the section. Not a bad idea, except the Star Smoke are going in the opposite direction. We need to go to guarantee that. I done that. I think there's a good chance of getting the wipe. Instead, there's still a chance here, but it's definitely a lot smaller than I figured it would be. Like the Grenadiers here got a wipe in the south.
We're
So
losing
while
a victory
he
point.
did have to get a wipe on Jesulin, Jesulin wasn't able to achieve the same.
Exposed out there.
That's pretty good
Lines
for
being
Theodosius. Less ideal for Jesulin.
cut. Victory point lost. The enemy has control.
Starts to be invited, Penfold done for the Crusaders. Fair bit of damage here. Got the chip pounder gun joining the Penfold around this Crusader tank being blasted apart here. Blinding shot, nice swipe, might just save the Panther 4 here. Still they're getting hit, but that's better than the Panther 4 getting shot at. As one shot going through now could absolutely knock it out of there. Australians pushing forward, trying to the MD-42. Theodosius thought the way was clear, but the MD-42 was blocking it. Crusaders keeping forward. Right into mine! Oh, only one of the Crusaders was affected, but oh boy, that was so close. More could have been affected. Mixed luck, I suppose, there for Theodosius. Smoke deployed here, need to get that Panther 4 fixed up. He could still benefit from more pioneers. And there you go, quick merging again to keep the Starstorm topped up. Thumbs up. In the center, Strains continue to suffer beneath the withering fusillade of the MD-42. Come on, Fitz! Get some more ammunition! On a spare barrel! This thing's heating up! Mortars on the way, Theodosius bringing some artillery to blast the Germans. Jesulin inching ever closer to the Tiger tank in terms of command points. South side feels a bit forgotten. More pioneers for Jesulin finally. That is a pretty good investment here considering how much armor he has.
Awaiting orders.
Good as new. Repairs finished. Grab your gear.
Pound the enemy into submission. Creeping barrages are available.
Creeping barrages, Theodosius clearly not
We have
concerned about heavy
munitions
armor of
ready to be
Jesulin.
used, Commander.
So is not setting up for the Archer.
Is it load bearing? Then it's fixed.
There you go, got the British mortar letting loose. Good use of smoke there.
The beggars are threatening a victory
First
point.
Panther 4 fixed up. Second one halfway done in the south. Here we got Jesulin's
Victory
Grenadiers
point
will
belongs
break
to the
through,
enemy.
doing their work. 64 and 60.
All victory points are under enemy control.
There you go, triple
We
cap from
must
Jesulin against
counterattack.
Theodosius.
The enemy has pushed us back from our sector.
Losing southwards. There you go, Panda Force rolling forward, catching the 2-pounder gun crew here, and the section in a bit of trouble. You can see that here the Jesulin plays a bit carefully, despite just being a 2-pounder gun. He's concerned about the Crusaders, and so is withdrawing the Panda Force to avoid like any shenanigans that could cost them any Panthers right now. Meanwhile, more Crusaders with Theodosios. Far south, the Grenadier squad.
We've lost the sector.
With its back against the walls, there's Australian forces are moving in. Deploy, putting up fast enough here, Theodosios. I think very wise withdraws the section, seeing how low and healthy were they. Starts from their base, quickly caught up with Crusaders, quickly forced to withdraw. Response that of Jesulin as well. 2 command points away, in fact 1.5 if you will, away from the Tiger Tank. It's almost got the fuel, it's almost got the manpower. So the Tiger Tank out of Jesulin is very likely, but he lost his remaining Grenadier squad, meaning reinforcing troops will be more expensive since he can't just merge Grenadiers into them. Definitely, I think, a bit avoidable if anything, but too late for that now. What is done is done.
Repairs finished. Sappers reported. Position taken.
Mines up here, not bad. Smoke mortar fire. Both sides waiting, building up here. The case of Jesulin, the build obviously is towards the Tiger Tank, the Tiger.
All done here. We're all four up.
So we'll take it on to get it this way, and there you go. Fighting picks up once more. Panther that is hunting out here. Second flank to the net with the fire of the Sturmgewehr. Starts as well. They're catching the infantry there in a deadly cross, but they quickly tears apart and Nigel. And it is here. Helps Theodosios halt the bleed here enacted by Jesulin. Very good work there.
Job's better than fucking paperwork, isn't it? On it. Good as new. Repairs finished.
And there you go, Panzer taking a menace out of the Crusader tank
We
there.
have munitions ready to be used, Commander.
So, 1 command point away. Jesulin more or less has to resource for the Tiger tank. He might not have enough population, funnily enough. But otherwise, he's more or less almost got everything else
To the men.
required for the Tiger 1. Grenades only for Theodosios, briefly considered, but shelved, as I think he realised, well, he could probably spend those resources on other things, like more tanks. Alright chaps, we had to make the decision between getting new grenades or getting a nice shiny new tank. So, meet tank crew number 4.
Brace for impact.
Bring battery means to help bind Theodosios against Jesulin here. Trying to sever up parts of Jesulin's positioning here. Closing with Crusaders, exploiting the chaos here a bit, he's hoping to. Starts to hold the line here, but they're getting ripped apart here under heavy fire from the Australians. Sections and the Crusaders.
They're down to 300
One
points.
Crusader is on the way for Theodosios instead of grenades. And there you go, Jesulin has the resources, the command points for the Tiger tank. His major issue is he does not have enough population for it.
Point is being overrun.
Okay, now it does. There you go, found 8th Schwere Panzerabteilung, sending in a Tiger from the
Victory point is in enemy
3rd
hands.
Schwere Panzer Company there. So that Jesulin now has a significant arm advantage if he can
Crusader is
leverage
on
it.
station and ready for orders.
We'll have to see what Jesulin pulls off with all of his tanks here. Officer Squad would be a good addition here for them. And armoured science goes for the Panzer Force. Now to 21. Second back get wiped out here. And down they went. Bren gun dropped. We've got Crusaders on the flanks here though. That's from the other side here. 26 to 21 going for it. Next one pop on the Panda 4. Both of them actually. Almost out of the Panther 4, the close call. Tiger tank striking off shots with the 2-pounder gun shields. Might as well be hurling marshmallows out of the way they fly off there. 2-pounder gun crew gone, evaporated by the Tiger tank and its mighty 88mm shells there. 2-pounder gun utterly destroyed, just leaves nothing left here for Theodosios to actually pick up again. .284, 221.
25 pounders with supercharged rounds are on standby orders.
Another 2-pounder out here for Theodosios against the armored might of Dusfart. And there's the Tiger tank, an interesting choice there by Theodosios against Jesulin. Not what I would predicted. Not what I would predicted at all. This is being fixed up on the south side. They're hoping to not get spotted by accident by Jesulin. Have the Tiger tank going in. Jesulin will push towards the base here. Perhaps going to finish the match sooner.
The enemy has our victory
rather than later. But that said, it could open up an opportunity for the Crusaders to like swing up here and get a wipe in the south of the Panzer gun. He's got it! Have a Faymonville blow there for Jesulin. It will painful blow.
Our territory.
Upgrades so for the tanks and officers' quarters, which will also benefit the Starstorm. Armored side skirts really benefit the Panzer IVs. Yeah, that's a bit of shit. Okay, at least we got the armored side skirts. Thumbs up there to Jesulin.
The Bosch are pushing hard. We're down to 250 points. Infantry!
North we got the Australians going for the flank. Got that smoke down here. Theodosios prepares for another push against those bloody Garys, those damnable Huns. Very quickly sputters out there. We got a lot of tanks are hanging back. I mean, theoretically, a big flank here from the south could catch Jesulin with old guard, maybe do some damage. We got more samples on the way for Theodosios. Thumbs up. And the Panzer scores way there for Jesulin finally, 2 thumbs up. And excellent addition.
Engineers on the field and ready for your orders.
So a bit of quiet here, can accept the mortar fire there deploying smoke. The rumbling of the German panzers. There we go, officers' quarters ready. Tiger tank needing matches, one of the other units that, you know, are veteran 1 or above, but haven't got veteran 3, also benefit as they get a 25% experience gain bonus. So, officers' quarters tend to be very good there. Another smokes in there being lined up. North actually going for an isolated Starstorm squad here. Sharp play there by Theodosios against Jesulin. So looking to like engage him head on. Well, of his forces, he's looking like, you know, just slowly whittle him down there. Going for a brutal war of attrition there, so thumbs up to Theodosios. Pretty smart play. Yes, of course, this one I think is starting to realise, in fact, it's not just the single Starstorm squad. So he's getting pretty low in infantry. Versus opponent still has 3 sections plus 2 sample sections. So something to have now. Got Tilly call in here. Right on the tanks. Crusader tank patrol sides as well here. Lead Panther on top. Shells bouncing off somewhat. Got his own tanks ahead by artillery there. Unfortunately, Theodosios tankers. Section of the south routed.
Threatening a munitions point.
Tigers, Panther Force going back again. We got 227, 221. Sappers wiped. Right across the Theodosios' face for all intents and purposes. Got a repair bank with Jesulin. Thumbs up. The Southfield Pioneers with a Bren gun firing off the mighty Sappers. Who will win? Against the Pioneers, because the Sappers are not retreating pretty quickly.
Royal Engineers trained and ready to go.
In the centre, bold Australian attempted to grab the centre of X-Spawn is thwarted. Nasty amount of damage inflicted upon them here, courtesy of Jesulin and Das Vaterland. What would be next for the Theodosios? 17-pounder guns, maybe? No? Was there something else he's planning? Got another Panther for Jesulin meanwhile. Thumbs up. Well, some more infantry I think would also benefit Jesulin a fair bit here. Section router. Routed mercilessly. Trying to the MD42. It's Jesulin MD42 with this section. A road withdrawing there. Got triple Panzer IV with a Tiger tank. Theodosios might just be in for a pretty rough time here, depending how well Jesulin makes use of his armor. Of all this German steel. Deutsche Stahl.
25-pounders with supercharged rounds are on standby orders.
So a bit of a challenge here for Theodosios, to put it generously.
We have an Australian weapon team on the field.
Another 2-pounder gun. What will be next? We got another smoke station attempt to push for the center once more. Up northeast, Australians routed. Tiger tanks moving ahead on its own. Panther IV seems to be keeping up the bit behind it on the north flank. Perhaps there's something more devious and sinister planned here by Jesulin. We'll have to see. Tanks being bombarded here. Guns letting loose here. Nigel and Terrence down. 2-pounder guns in definite trouble here. So it's going for the flank. North side. Bomb's got a Panther IV here. And we got Green Barrage here. Angle trying to get up behind here. Oh, not quite good enough. The tank got the 2-pounder. Other Crusaders just hanging back here. Bit of a standoff. And 12 is still 21. Jesulin down in the room here towards the south of the army spot. I feel like it's a bit risky, but Jesulin with all the Crusaders around, and there you go. Gets the damage in it. Tiger tank setting off on its own though. North, the Australian script pushed back with the Panther Force of Jesulin and the Hammond-Göring Fallschirm Panzer Division. Move for the zone and only Panzer Division.
Then it's fixed. All done here.
And a quiet once more here. No other player really looking to make a big push, it seems. But the quad again. 2-pounder guns lining up, Crusaders hanging back there. Panther IV's committing. Sappers eviscerated. Ace Panther IV there for Jesulin. Thumbs up. Well done there. 4-shot pod Crusader not going for it. 2-pounder wiped again. Behind the Ace Pack 40 Crusader taking all down to the repair that was helping a fair bit. Almost got some Pack 40, but it's not enough. Crusaders keep at it, one though already sort of withdrawn here from this main battle. But Theodosios seems to have had enough for now with draws. He just holds the attack.
25-pounders with supercharged rounds are on standby orders.
Might he try and grab that 2-pounder gun or something else? Oh well, Theodosios with a quick enough counterattack effort not to matter.
Our supply line's broken. We have sectors isolated out there.
Quite a bit of fuel float there by Theodosios. Perhaps he might consider going for some Grantons at this point. Because it's so far not looking like Germany's like managed to like get the Crusaders up behind a lot of Jesulin's armor feels like making the Crusaders work at the time being. Unless he suddenly finds an opportunity to do so, obviously, in which case I'm pretty proven wrong. At least from my perspective. Currently it does not seem super likely. going for the flank here, though. Theodosios is in an offensive here. Mentions you want pop. 1% down. Massive look to Theodosios. And got up hand to 4, but yeah, Theodosios called GG. A victory for Jesulin. A brutal back and forth, and then Jesulin pulled through here with some good defensive play. And I think Theodosios needs to use those Crusaders more aggressively early. He probably should have shifted towards like grants with them. I think trying to just stick around with grants after a certain point with the kind of force that Jesulin's building up on that map, it's just not going to work out. So there you go, home, enjoy this match, you'll learn something from it. This is Imperial Links in cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye everyone.